Welcome back to this enhanced and more comprehensive exploration of Genesis chapter 4 from the King James Version of the Bible, a foundational public domain text that delves into the raw essence of human experience, birth, rivalry, failure, redemption, and the dawn of civilization. In this expanded script, we'll quote each verse verbatim, followed by an in-depth motivational insight that unpacks its layers, drawing out practical life lessons, psychological wisdom, and inspirational calls to action. These insights are designed to empower you, helping you navigate personal challenges with renewed vigor and purpose. Remember, this chapter isn't just ancient history. It's a mirror to our own lives, showing how choices define us and how grace can redeem even the darkest moments. This entire script remains fully copyright-free, sourced from the public domain KJV Bible with original, expansive motivational commentary for your unrestricted use, sharing, or adaptation. Let's journey deeper into the story of Cain, Abel, and the unfolding human saga, discovering how it can ignite your inner drive to overcome, innovate, and thrive. Verse 1, And Adam knew Eve his wife, and she conceived, and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. This verse captures the miracle of creation and the profound sense of partnership with the divine in bringing forth new life. Eve's declaration, I have gotten a man from the Lord, reflects all gratitude and recognition of a higher power in our achievements. In your life, think of every new beginning as a collaborative gift. A new job, a creative idea, or a personal milestone isn't just your doing. It's infused with purpose from something greater. This perspective shifts your mindset from self-reliance to humble empowerment. To apply this, start your day with affirmations of gratitude, like journaling 3 gifts you received. This builds resilience against doubt, fostering a proactive attitude where you see opportunities as divine invitations. Let it motivate you to embrace parenthood, mentorship, or self-creation with joy, knowing that what you birth today can change the world tomorrow. Challenge yourself. What new life will you nurture this week? Act on it, and watch your confidence soar as you co-create your destiny. Verse 2, And she again bare his brother Abel. And Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. Here we witness the beauty of diversity in talents and vocations within the same family unit. Cain, the farmer, works the earth with patience and strategy. Abel, the shepherd, tends living beings with care and adaptability. This duality highlights that no single path is superior. Both sustain life in complementary ways. In a world obsessed with comparison, this verse motivates you to celebrate your unique wiring without envy. Perhaps you're analytical like Cain or relational like Abel. Either way, your role is essential. Psychologically, embracing this reduces imposter syndrome and boosts self-esteem. Practical step. Inventory your strengths through a SWOT analysis. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. Then align your goals accordingly. Motivate others by affirming their gifts, creating a ripple of positivity. Ultimately, this insight drives you to collaborate rather than compete. Imagine the innovation when farmers and shepherds unite. Let it propel you toward a life of fulfillment, where your differences become your greatest assets. Verse 3, And in process of time it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord. Cain's offering, drawn from his labor, symbolizes the universal act of giving back from what we've cultivated. It's not about perfection, but intention and consistency over time, in process of time. This teaches that generosity is a habit that compounds, much like compound interest in personal development. Even if your fruit feels ordinary, the act elevates it. Motivationally, this counters scarcity mindset. When you give be it time to volunteer, skills to mentor, or resources to charity, you activate abundance laws, attracting more into your life. Research in positive psychology shows giving releases endorphins, enhancing happiness and motivation. Challenge, commit to 1 weekly act of offering, tracking how it energizes you. This verse inspires a legacy of contribution, reminding you that small seeds sown today yield harvest tomorrow. Embrace it to transform routine efforts into sacred rituals, fueling your journey toward greatness. Verse 4, And Abel he also brought of the firstlings of his flock, and of the fat thereof. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering. Abel's selection of the firstlings and fat thereof, the prime unblemished portions, exemplifies wholehearted excellence and priority in devotion. God's respect underscores that quality and sincerity matter more than quantity. In your pursuits, this motivates a first-fruits mentality. Dedicate your best energy to key tasks early, like tackling high-impact work first thing in the morning. This aligns with peak performance principles, where prioritizing excellence leads to breakthroughs. Emotionally, it builds self-worth, as giving your best affirms your value. Practical application: in relationships, offer undivided attention. In career, deliver top-tier results. Let this verse ignite your passion for mastery, knowing that when you honor your efforts with integrity, recognition follows, whether from others or your inner self. It's a call to live boldly, turning everyday actions into offerings that attract divine favor and personal triumph. Verse 5, but unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. Rejection pierces deeply, as seen in Cain's anger and downcast face, revealing how unmet expectations can trigger emotional spirals. Yet, this moment is a crucible for growth, teaching emotional regulation. Motivationally, view setbacks not as personal failures, but as feedback loops. What could be refined? Studies in resilience show that reframing rejection builds grit, like athletes who analyze losses to win next time. Channel wrath into constructive energy. Journal your frustrations, then brainstorm solutions. This verse motivates empathy too. Understand others' anger often masks hurt. By mastering your countenance, you gain control, preventing small disappointments from derailing big dreams. Inspire yourself. Rise each time you fall, turning no respect into self-respect through persistent improvement. This transforms vulnerability into victory, empowering you to lead a life of unshakable poise. Verse 6, and the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen? God's compassionate inquiry invites introspection, modeling how questions can diffuse tension and spark self-awareness. In anger's grip, pause to ask yourself, why am I truly upset? This mirrors cognitive behavioral therapy techniques, where identifying triggers prevents escalation. Motivationally, it empowers emotional intelligence, key to leadership and relationships. Practice daily reflection. End your day reviewing emotions, extracting lessons. This verse motivates proactive mindset. Instead of reacting, respond with wisdom. By heeding such divine questions in life through mentors, books, or intuition, you unlock clarity. Let it drive you to foster inner peace, turning potential conflicts into opportunities for deeper understanding and stronger bonds. Ultimately, this insight equips you to navigate life's storms with grace, emerging wiser and more motivated. Verse 7, if thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. This divine counsel emphasizes personal agency. Excellence leads to acceptance, while temptation, sin lieth at the door, is conquerable through mastery. It's a blueprint for self-discipline, akin to habit formation theories where small wins build momentum. Motivationally, recognize that impulses desire you, but you rule them. Affirm I'm in control during temptations. Apply this to goals. Break bad habits by replacing them with positive ones, like exercise over procrastination. Psychologically, this fosters a locus of control, boosting motivation and reducing anxiety. Challenge. Identify one door temptation and create a plan to rule it. This verse inspires a warrior spirit. Conquer inner battles to win outer ones. Embrace it for a life of integrity, where ruling over self leads to ruling your destiny with confidence and purpose. Verse 8, and Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother, and slew him. Motivationally, prioritize conflict resolution, communicate openly, seek mediation, and practice forgiveness to prevent fields of regret. Drawing from conflict management strategies, active listening diffuses tension. Try it in your next disagreement. This insight motivates building bridges over walls, fostering unity in families, teams, and communities. Reflect. How can you turn rivalry into alliance? Let this propel you toward empathy-driven leadership, where choosing peace creates lasting harmony. In doing so, you rewrite potential tragedies into triumphs, living a legacy of love and collaborative success. Verse 9, and the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not, am I my brother's keeper? Cain's evasion and rhetorical question challenge the notion of responsibility, but divine probe affirms our interconnectedness. Being your brother's keeper means active care, supporting others through encouragement, aid, or accountability. Motivationally, this counters isolation. In a disconnected world, small acts like checking on friends build networks of strength. Social psychology highlights how altruism enhances well-being, creating a helper's high. Practical, volunteer or mentor weekly, tracking the mutual growth. This verse inspires communal mindset. Your success is amplified when others thrive. Embrace it to cultivate relationships that sustain you, turning individual journeys into shared victories filled with purpose and belonging. Verse 10, And he said, What hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. Actions echo eternally, as Abel's blood creep symbolizes inescapable consequences in the call for justice. This motivates mindfulness. Consider the ripple effects of your choices. Will they cry for good or harm? In personal development, align deeds with values to build a positive legacy. Ethically, it drives advocacy for fairness, like standing against injustice. Challenge, audit your daily actions for impact, adjusting for positivity. This insight empowers ethical living, where integrity becomes your superpower. Let it fuel commitment to righteousness, ensuring your voice inspires hope and motivates others to live with honor and lasting influence. Verse 11, And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. The curse reflects how harm boomerangs, severing harmony with one's environment. Yet it signals opportunity for redemption amid fallout. Motivationally, view curses as catalysts. From broken ground, new growth emerges. Resilience research shows adversity forges strength. Think of it as soil for seeds of change. Practical, after failures, rebuild with humility, seeking forgiveness and new paths. This verse inspires turning negatives into positives, like entrepreneurs who pivot from setbacks. Embrace it to foster adaptability, transforming curses into blessings through persistent effort, and a growth mindset that leads to renewed prosperity. Verse 12, When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. Barren yields and wandering depict instability's toll, urging the value of rooted purpose. If life's ground feels unyielding, motivate exploration. Wanderings can lead to discoveries, like nomads finding oases. This aligns with adaptability in career pivots or personal reinvention. Build stability through routines, meditation, networking, skill building. Psychologically, it combats aimlessness by setting anchors like long-term goals. Challenge, map your journey with milestones. This insight drives you to convert transients into transformation, finding strength and flexibility and emerging with a deeper sense of home and achievement. Verse 13, And Cain said unto the Lord, My punishment is greater than I can bear. Cain's cry of overwhelm reveals vulnerability's universality, yet admitting it invites relief. When burdens crush, motivate seeking support, faith, therapy, community to lighten loads. Strength training analogies apply. Overload builds muscle, but rest prevents breakdown. Practical. Practice self-compassion exercises, like positive self-talk. This verse inspires endurance with grace, knowing limits lead to breakthroughs. Let it empower you to ask for help boldly, turning unbearable into manageable, and emerging resilient with stories that motivate others through sheer humanity. Verse 14, Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass, that every one that findeth me shall slay me. Fear of exile and harm underscores isolation's dread, motivating protective networks and self-advocacy. In uncertainty, build shields through alliances and skills. This draws from survival psychology. Preparation reduces fear. Challenge, strengthen relationships and emergency plans. This verse inspires transforming paranoia to preparedness, finding security in community and inner fortitude. Embrace it to navigate changes fearlessly, turning potential threats into opportunities for growth and unbreakable resolve. Verse 15, And the Lord said unto him, Therefore whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. Mercy and judgment, the protective mark, shows grace's power even post-mistake. Motivationally, extend forgiveness to self and others. It heals and prevents cycles of harm. Restorative justice principles echo this focus on rehabilitation. Practical. Practice daily forgiveness rituals. This insight drives compassionate living where mercy multiplies strength. Let it motivate redemptive stories, proving that protected second chances lead to profound contributions and inspired lives. Verse 16. And Cain went out from the presence of the Lord and dwelt in the land of Nod on the east of Eden. Departure to Nod symbolizes starting anew in unknown territory. Motivationally, view exits as entrances. Adaptability turns exile into adventure. Like pioneers, equip yourself with curiosity and skills. Challenge. Explore one new land weekly, a hobby, place, or idea. This verse inspires reinvention, where leaving comfort zones unlocks potential. Embrace it for a dynamic life, discovering purpose in every shift and motivating bold steps toward uncharted success. Verse 17. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived, and bare Enoch. And he builded a city, and called the name of the city after the name of his son Enoch. From wanderer to builder, Cain creates family and civilization, showing adversity's spark for innovation. Naming after Enoch ties legacy to loved ones. Motivationally, channel hardships into creation. Build cities like businesses or communities. Entrepreneurial mindsets thrive here. Pivot from pain to purpose. Practical. Set legacy goals involving family. This insight drives enduring impact, transforming brokenness into foundations of prosperity and inspiration for generations. Verse 18. And unto Enoch was born Ired, and Ired begat Mehujael, and Mehujael begat Methuselah, and Methuselah begat Lamech. Lineage unfolds, illustrating life's continuity and the power of generational investment. Motivationally, think long-term, mentor to pass wisdom, creating chains of progress. This counters short-sightedness, fostering legacy planning. Challenge. Share knowledge with one person weekly. This verse inspires multiplicative growth, where your influence echoes through time, motivating a life of meaningful, interconnected achievements. Verse 19. And Lamech took unto him 2 wives. The name of the one was Ada, and the name of the other Zillah. Evolving relationships highlight partnership's role in human advancement. Motivationally, value connections that amplify growth. Choose wisely for mutual support. In modern terms, this means balanced teams or marriages. Practical. Nurture key relationships with intentional time. This insight drives collaborative success, where strong bonds provide the foundation for personal and collective triumphs. Verse 20. And Ada bare Jabal. He was the father of such as dwell in tents, and of such as have cattle. Jabal's innovations in nomadism and husbandry pioneer sustainability. Motivationally, embrace exploration. Adapt to change like tent dwellers. This fosters self-reliance and resourcefulness. Challenge. Learn a new survival skill. This verse inspires pioneering spirit, turning mobility into mastery and motivating a life of abundant, flexible achievement. Verse 21. And his brother's name was Jubal. He was the father of all, such as handled the harp and organ. Jubal bursts music, enriching souls. Motivationally unleash creativity. Art heals and connects, boosting well-being. Studies show music reduces stress. Incorporate it daily. This insight drives expression, turning emotions into harmonies and motivating joyful, innovative living. Verse 22. And Zillah, she also bare Tubal-Cain, an instructor of every artificer in brass and iron, and the sister of Tubal-Cain was Naamah. Tubal-Cain advances technology as an instructor, emphasizing education's role. Motivationally, master and teach skills. Knowledge shared multiplies impact. Challenge. Tutor someone in your expertise. This verse inspires progress, where craftsmanship builds empires and motivates lifelong learning for elevated success. Verse 23. And Lamech said unto his wives, Ada and Zillah, Hear my voice, ye wives of Lamech, hearken unto my speech, for I have slain a man to my wounding, and a young man to my hurt. Lamech's confession demands attention, teaching vulnerability's power and healing. Motivationally, own mistakes to grow. Transparency builds trust. Practical. Share burdens in safe spaces. This insight drives authenticity, turning guilt into grace and motivating lives of honest, redemptive strength. Verse 24. If Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, truly Lamech 70 and sevenfold. Escalating protection evolves justice, motivating balanced advocacy. Seek fairness with mercy. In conflicts, prioritize resolution over retribution. This fosters peace-building leadership, inspiring harmonious, empowered communities. Verse 25, And Adam knew his wife again, and she bare a son, and called his name Seth. For God, says she, hath appointed me another seed instead of Abel, whom Cain slew. Seth's birth renews hope post-loss, showing divine appointments in restoration. Motivationally embrace comebacks from ashes rise new seeds. Challenge, plant one replacement goal after setbacks. This inspires resilience, motivating lives of perpetual renewal and triumphant purpose. Verse 26, And to Seth, to him also there was born a son, and he called his name Enos. Then began men to call upon the name of the Lord. Spiritual awakening dawns, motivating connection to higher purpose. Faith provides guidance. Incorporate practices like prayer or meditation. This verse drives alignment, where calling on greater forces unlocks wisdom and motivates extraordinary achievements. Narrator closing, we've now delved even deeper into Genesis chapter 4, uncovering layers of wisdom that speak directly to our modern struggles and aspirations. This expanded script, fully copyright-free and rooted in the public domain KJV, equips you with tools to transform challenges into catalysts for greatness. Rising from the fields, lessons from Genesis 4 for unstoppable you. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters in the human journey, gather close, for today we draw from the ancient soil of Genesis chapter 4, a story etched in the dawn of time, yet pulsing with the heartbeat of your potential right now. This isn't just a tale of Cain and Abel, of offerings accepted and rejected, of murder and mercy. It's your blueprint for rising above rivalry, redeeming regrets, and building empires from exile. Listen up, because within these verses lies the fire to ignite your soul, the map to master your fate, and the wisdom to weave a legacy that echoes through eternity. Picture this. Adam and Eve, fresh from Eden's gates, birthing Cain, the first human spark, a gift from the divine. I've got a man from the Lord, Eve declares. Oh, what a declaration. It's your wake-up call. Every breath you take, every dream you chase, is a co-creation with the universe. You're not alone in this grind. Gratitude turns ordinary moments into miracles. So start today. Affirm your gifts. Nurture your ideas like newborn children and watch them grow into forces that shape worlds. Motivation isn't handed to you. It's birthed through your partnership with purpose. Rise and claim it. Then comes Abel, the shepherd, and Cain, the tiller, diverse paths under one sky. No cookie-cutter success here. Your uniqueness isn't a flaw. It's your superpower. Stop scrolling through others' highlights with envy. Till your own ground with fervor. Whether you're herding ideas in a creative field or planning strategies in business, value your role. Collaborate, don't compete. Imagine the symphony when shepherds and farmers unite. This is your motivation. Embrace your lane, accelerate with authenticity, and build alliances that multiply victories. You're designed for distinction. Own it. Now the offerings. Cain brings fruit, Abel the firstlings. One respected, one not. Rejection hits like a storm, doesn't it? Cain's wrath? We've all felt that burn. But here's the gold. God whispers, why art thou wroth? Question your storms. Dig deep. Anger often masks fear or unmet needs. Channel it, don't let it chain you. Sin lies at the door, but you rule it. Discipline is your throne. Master impulses, and acceptance follows. This is raw motivation. Turn setbacks into setups. Refine your offerings. Give your absolute best in work, love, life. Excellence isn't optional. It's your ticket to elevation. When doors slam, kick harder with improved intent. You are the ruler of your realm. Conquer. Tragedy strikes. Brother slays brother. Unchecked jealousy devours. But you? You choose dialogue over destruction. Resolve conflicts with courage, forgive, communicate, unite. Be your brother's keeper. In a world of isolation, your empathy builds empires. Actions cry out, make yours roar with justice and kindness. Consequences come, like Cain's curse, but even in wandering, redemption whispers. The ground may not yield, punishments feel unbearable, fears loom, but mercy marks you protected. Grace says, second chance. From exile, Cain builds a city. You too pivot from pain, innovate from isolation. Wandering? It's your workshop for wonders. Look at the lineage: Enoch, Irad, Lamech's line birthing pioneers, Jabal the nomad, Jubal the musician, Tubal Cain the craftsman. From broken beginnings, civilization blooms. This is your anthem: adversity births innovation. Create, teach, express music heals, crafts build, nomadism adapts. Lamech's confession? Own your wounds, vulnerability fuels victory. Vengeance evolves, but mercy multiplies. Then Seth arrives, renewal after ruin. God appoints new seeds. Losses aren't endings, they're launches. Call upon the divine. Awaken your spirit and watch humanity's story, your story, unfold in glory. Friends, Genesis 4 screams, you are resilient, redeemable, revolutionary. No curse defines you. No wonder defines your worth. Rise from your fields of failure. Build cities of success and call upon power greater than yourself. Today, commit. Master emotions. Embrace uniqueness. Give excellently. Forgive boldly. Innovate relentlessly. Your legacy starts now. Birth it. Nurture it. Rule it. If this fires you up, act. Transform one area of your life this week. You're unstoppable. Go forth and conquer. If this expanded script and motivational speech ignited a spark in your heart, fueling your drive to overcome obstacles and chase your dreams with unyielding passion, please like this content right now. It signals that these timeless truths are reaching and transforming lives just like yours. Subscribe for even more in-depth biblical breakdowns, empowering scripts, and full-throttle motivational speeches that equip you to level up every day. Comment below with how this chapter or speech motivated you personally. Your stories inspire our community and create a chain reaction of encouragement and growth. And share this far and wide with anyone needing a boost. Sharing isn't just kind, it's a powerful act that multiplies motivation, building a global network of resilient dreamers ready to change the world together. Let's keep the momentum going. Your engagement makes all the difference.